Hi everybody. I wish everybody's doing great so far. As a recap, I started reading this book, The Napoleon Hill's Key to Success, the 17 Principles of Personal Achievement. And the previous time, we reached to read the first page from the first chapter. And as a recap, in this first page, it came a fundamental question for you to ask yourself. Where are you going? Have you already asked yourself where are you going? Well, let's go to the second page from the first chapter. And it says, Andrew Carnegie was the man who led me to formulate my definite major purpose, assembling and publicizing the principles by which individuals achieve enduring success. Carnegie started work as a laborer in a steel mill because of his definite major purpose to make and market better quality steel than anyone else. He became one of the wealthiest men in the country and was able to endow libraries in small towns and across America. His definite major goal was more than a wish. It was a burning desire. Only by finding your own burning desire, you will achieve success. The difference between a wish and a burning desire is crucial. Everyone wants the better things in life: money, fame, respect. But most people never go beyond just wishing for them. If you know what you want from life, if you are determined to get it to the point that it becomes an obsession, and you back that obsession with continuous effort and sound planning, then you have awakened and developed definiteness of purpose. A valuable secret. The most important part of this book is not written on its pages, but is already in your own mind. Once you learn how to harness the tremendous potential of your mind and how to organize the knowledge you already have, you can turn them into the power necessary for attaining your definite major purpose. This is a proverb which says, if you will plant for days, plant flowers. If you will plant for years, plant trees. If you will plant for eternity, plant ideas. This book has been written to induce a flow of ideas through your mind. It will introduce you to your other self, the self which has a vision of your innate spiritual powers and will not accept or recognize failure. It will arouse your determination to go forth and claim the things which are rightfully yours. As Ralph Waldo Emerson wrote, one single idea may have greater weight than the labor of all the men, animals, and engines for a century. Put ideas and your definiteness of purpose to work. The advantage of definiteness of purpose. Definiteness of purpose develops self-reliance, personal initiative, imagination, enthusiasm, self-discipline, and concentrated effort. All these are required for success. Throughout this book, you will learn in greater detail just what these qualities entail and how they are acquired, developed, and incorporated into your plan for success. Definiteness of purpose also brings a host of other advantages. Specialization. Definiteness of purpose encourages you to specialize, and specialization leads to perfection. Your success in life will depend a great deal on your ability to know how much a specific area and to perform exceptionally within it. General education is important because by pursuing it, you will discover your basic attitudes and desires. Once you have discerned them, however, you should immediately begin to acquire specialized knowledge in your major interests. Definiteness of purpose will act as a magnet to attract to you the specialized knowledge necessary for success. Budgeting time and money. Once you have determined your definiteness of purpose, you will begin to budget your time and your money and all your day-to-day endeavors so that they will lead to the attainment of your major purpose. Time budgeting always pays dividends because each moment is made to progress toward your goal. Money is also used to its best advantage, ensuring that you pass the mileposts along the road to success. Alertness to opportunity. Definiteness of purpose makes you aware of opportunities related to your major purpose, and it inspires the courage to act on them. Edward Buck was an immigrant to this country who set out to make his living by writing. He began a flourishing business writing short biographies, which employed 6 people. One evening at the theater, he noticed that the programs were large and cumbersome, poorly printed and unattractive. On the spot, he conceived the idea of producing a smaller program, easier to hold, better looking, and including an appealing reading matter. The next morning, he prepared a sample copy of his proposed program and presented it to the theater manager. Not only will he provide the theater with a better program, but he will do it for free in exchange for the exclusive rights. Advertising will pay his cost and bring him profits. The theater agreed, and Buck went into partnership with a friend more experienced than he in publishing and advertising. They quickly signed up all the other theaters in town to avoid competition. The business thrived and eventually expanded to create several other magazines, while Buck became the editor of the Ladies' Home Journal. If you can see an opportunity as quickly as you can see the faults of others, you will soon succeed. Decision-making capability. Successful people make decisions quickly, as soon as all the facts are available, and firmly. Unsuccessful people make decisions slowly, and they change them often. Remember that 98 out of 100 people never make up their mind about their major purpose in life. They simply can't make a decision and stick to it. How can you overcome the habit of avoiding decisions? Start with the very next problem you face and make a decision. Make any decision. Any decision is better than none. If you make some mistake at first, take courage. Your batting average will improve. Knowing what you want will help in decision making, and of course, because you can always judge whether or not it will contribute to your goals. Cooperation. Definiteness of purpose develops confidence in your own integrity and character, which attracts favorably attention from others and inspire their cooperation. Those 98 folks who can't determine their major goal will be inspired by one who can. And those who, like you, have embarked on their journey will recognize and want to aid a fellow traveler. Faith. The greatest benefit of definiteness of purpose is that it opens your mind to the quality known as faith. It makes your mind positive and free it from the limitations of doubts, discouragement, indecision, and procrastination. These limitations are some of the greatest roadblocks you will face. Later chapters will specifically address overcoming them, but possessing faith in yourself and in the fact that the universe is constructed to allow you to achieve your greatest potential will help you starting now. Success consciousness. Closely related to faith is success consciousness. Your mind becomes sold on success and refuses to accept the ability of failure. A young man lived in Salt Lake City many years ago. He was industrious, thrifty, and much admired. Then he did something which convinced his friends he had taken leave of his sense. He withdrew all his money from the bank, went to an automobile show in New York, and returned with a new car. Worse, as soon as he got home, he put that car in his garage, jacked it up, and proceeded to take it apart, piece by piece. After examining every piece, he put the car back together again. The folks who were watching him thought he was just plain wacky. They were further convinced he was mad when he began the process again and again and again. The man was Walter P. Chrysler, whose innovations revolutionized the automobile industry. There aren't any major corporations or skyscraper named for his Salt Lake City neighbors who lack the insight to see the method in his madness. They had never heard of definiteness of purpose, and they couldn't recognize how success consciousness destines a person for success. The power of your subconscious. Any dominating idea, plan, or purpose held in your conscious mind through repeated effort and emotionalized by a burning desire for its realization is taken over by the subconscious and act upon through whatever natural and logical means may be available. The only thing over which you have complete right of control at all times is your mental attitude. Right of control means that you can control it. It does not mean that you do control it. You must learn to exercise this right as a matter of habit. The conscious mind is where reasoning and thinking occurs. It analyzes information and data, and it acts as a guardian of the doorway of the subconscious. The conscious mind develops as a result of experience. The conscious mind the subconscious mind does not think, reason, or deliberate. It acts instinctively in response to basic emotions. The difference in people are due to the ways they have trained their conscious mind. Subconsciously, we all are very much alike. The subconscious can be compared with a car, while the conscious mind can be considered the driver. The power is in the car, not the driver. The driver must learn to release and direct that power. The subconscious mind receives any image that is transferred to it by the subconscious mind under a strong emotion. Think of the pair as a camera. The conscious mind acts as a lens, concentrating the image of your desires and bringing them to a point on the film of the subconscious. Getting good pictures with this camera is the same as it is with any other. The focus must be sharp, there must be good exposure, and the timing must be right. Correct focus requires a clear definition of purpose. The composition of the photo must be made with care and precision. You decide what to include in the frame. The proper timing is determined by the intensity of your desire at the moment of exposure. Experienced photographers rarely take just one shot at an important image. They work at it again and again until they get the photo they want. This sort of repeated exposure of the subconscious to the image of your desire is crucial. You must work at the process repeatedly until you have transferred the exact image you want into your subconscious mind. Don't be afraid of working yourself up into a highly emotional state when you are impressing images upon your subconscious. When your purpose is a worthy one, you don't need to fear this type of auto-suggestion. The intensity with which you impress your subconscious with a picture of your plan directly affects the speed with which the subconscious will go to work to attract the picture's physical counterpart by inspiring you to take the right steps. Putting definiteness of purpose to work. Making your subconscious work for you is only the first of many steps. You will not succeed if you cannot convince other people to cooperate. Sorry about that. Right now it's not coming right. I hope you are understanding what I'm reading. Cooperate with you, and if you do not live in accordance with strict standards. Okay, I'm going to read this again because I don't think it came out good. Making your subconscious work for you is only the first of many steps. Okay? You will not succeed if you cannot convince other people to cooperate with you and if you do not live in accordance with strict standards. Those standards form the remainder of this book. I gotta write this down. But let's assume you have developed the necessary definiteness of purpose. You are now likely to ask an obvious question. Where do I get the resources to implement my plan? The first step from poverty to riches is the most difficult. The key is to realize that all the riches and all the material goods that you acquire through your own efforts begin with your having a clear, concise picture of what you seek. When that picture grows to be an obsession with you, you will find that your every action leads you toward its acquisition. Andrew Carnegie's life, again, provides an excellent example. Once he knew he wanted to make steel, he fed that desire until it was the driving force of his life. He then turned to a friend, similarly broke, but smart enough to recognize that value of his idea. Because he was impressed by the power of Carnegie's obsession, the friend joined forces with Carnegie. Their combined enthusiasm was sufficient to convince two others. These four people became the nucleus of Carnegie empire. They formed a mastermind group, the subject of the next chapter. Together, they were able to find the capital necessary to pursue Carnegie's obsession, and each of them made a vast fortune as a result. It was not sheer hard work that made these men successful. You probably know several people who work as hard as you do at anything. At anything they try, perhaps even harder than you, and are never successful. Education isn't the reason either. Sam Walton never won a Rhodes Scholarship, but he made more money than anyone who ever studied at Oxford. Great success is the result of one's understanding and using a positive mental attitude. Your mental attitude gives power to everything you do. Having a positive mental attitude means that your actions and thoughts further your ends. Having a negative mental attitude means that you are constantly undermining your own efforts. As you build your desire into an obsession and develop definiteness of purpose, you will also build and develop your positive mental attitude. it would be foolish to suppose that having developed your definiteness of purpose and positive mental attitude, you will immediately find that you have the resources you need. The speed at which you acquire this will depend on the size of your needs and on the control you exercise to keep your mind free of fear, doubt, and self-imposed limitations. If you need $10,000 for your definite major purpose, you may be able to marshal it in a few days or even hours by impressing others with the quality of your enthusiasm and vision. If you require $1 million, it is likely to take longer. An important variable in this process is just exactly what it is you offer in exchange for that $10,000 or $1 million. Okay, I think it didn't come out good, so let me read it again. An important variable in this process is just exactly what it is you offer in exchange for that $10,000 or $1 million. The time you require to deliver the service or the equivalent value you intend to supply is also significant. You must be clear about what it is that you will give before you can expect to get it in return. Okay, my time is up. So next time, Saturday, we'll keep on reading this magnificent book, and we are going to start where it says creating a plan. Creating a plan. So I hope you enjoy this, me reading this book, and I wish to see you next time. Thank you and have a good night. Thank you.